Welcome to Weight Loss Part 2. So in a minute I'm going to give you the 5-point plan on how to lose body fat safely and quickly. And if you don't get them all the first time, then please watch this again, pause it and write down the details and then follow them. I'm often asked with weight loss, is it more important to look at the quantity of food and drink you consume? In other words, the volume and calorie count, or is it more important to look at the quality of the food that you have? In other words, eat healthily. Quantity of food or quality of food? Well, the answer is both. Even if you consume too much healthy food for your metabolism, you will gain weight. And even if you exercise a great deal, you can still end up staying the same weight or even getting fatter. So being aware of your total calories every day is important, especially when you have a target to hit. So calories are important. And the reason you want to be aware of good quality, in other words, eating a nutritionally balanced and healthy diet, is to make sure you preserve your muscle. You need to be eating and drinking a certain amount of protein and carbohydrates and fats plus vitamins and minerals in your diet so as to avoid losing muscle and being deficient in nutrients, which can lead to illness. Okay, so let me go through the 5-point plan to losing body fat successfully. Number 1, set your weight and body fat target and then measure your starting point. You need to know your personal metabolism. If you know this, then you can watch your daily calorie allowance if you have kind of normal day with just basic keeping alive activities, and then this is called your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. And then you can calculate what is called your TDEE, which stands for total daily energy expenditure. In other words, how many calories you can consume if you have an active day. This will obviously be much higher. The first step is understanding the break even. In other words, how to not gain fat. At the very least, learn how to stay where you are and not get worse. These calculators are pretty good estimates, and they tell you how many calories you can consume to stay the same. And then remember, if you want to lose weight, you have to go into what is called the calorie deficit. And you can do this either by food volume or by exercise, or ideally both. I can recommend that you look online at special calculators that can give you a good estimate as to your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, and your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure, which basically allows for exercise activity that you follow. Just again, stay at that sort of same weight. Look at Runtastic calculators for your BMR and TDEE. So for example, if your BMR is 2,000 calories a day, then you can consume, say, 1,500 calories and you will lose weight. And as long as you're eating the right balance of nutrients, in other words, enough protein, etc., then you will lose fat and not muscle. Or better still, if you're told that taking into account your TDEE, that you can consume, say, 2,700 calories because you're exercising regularly, then you can consume, say, 2,200 calories and still lose fat. I know which option I prefer because I enjoy my food. And if I can eat what I want and lots of it and still lose fat, then that's great. Number 2, drink lots of water. The body can burn fat more easily if it's hydrated. Being hydrated helps keep your metabolism nice and high. Again, look online at Runtastic calculators, the liquid requirement calculator, or to guide you how much water and fluid you should be taking every day. Number 3 is eat regularly so that your body does not panic and doesn't reduce its metabolism. In other words, stop it going into survival mode by eating maybe every 3 or 4 hours. The digestive process generally takes about 3 or 4 hours. So after this time, during your waking hours, your body is looking to need some more nutrients. Keeping a track of both your quantity and quality of your food is very helpful to making you aware and helping you focus on eating regularly. Download the app MyFitnessPal and record all that you eat for breakfast, lunch and dinner plus snacks. And even record your water intake. And best of all, you can scan any packet of food that you eat with the barcode and it records that. Not only will it keep track of the amount of calories, it will also show you the breakdown of protein, carbohydrate and fats. And again, if you look on Runtastic calculators, you can put in both the protein intake calculator or the carb calculator to calculate what you need, and then the MyFitnessPal app will show you what you're actually having. And it's pretty accurate. For fat intake per day, typically a lady would look to consume about 40 grams per day, and a man about 70 grams per day. Doesn't really vary, obviously, with activity and metabolism, but you won't really go far wrong working through these basic figures. Number 4 is perform a minimum of 2 weight training sessions per week. This is to preserve your muscle and ideally progress strength and toning. This keeps your metabolism nice and high. 5 is perform at least 150 minutes of steady pace cardio per week, basically 2.5 hours to be active really every day. And a good way of hitting these levels is to do 30 minutes of steady pace cardio, say 5 times a week. Alternatively, you can get all the same benefits into literally half the time, 75 minutes per week, using interval-based activity. Or an up-to-date name of interval training is called HIIT, high intensity interval training, which is where you alternate between short bursts of intense exercise, say 30 seconds of sprinting, followed by moderate recovery exercise, say 1.5 minutes of slow walking, and then repeat this for, say, a total time of 15 minutes, say 5 times a week. Combining all of the above factors will definitely lead to fat loss. And if I was to add one more bonus point to this plan, it would be to regularly check your weight and body fat levels, ideally weekly. And you can even check your inches for your waist, your hips and your arms. If you want to go the whole way, then take end of week photographs of yourself, front on and side on, in the same clothes or in a swimsuit. So there you have it. Good luck and give it a go and change your body. And please remember to Facebook message me if you have any questions and if I can help you in any way at all.